Hello everyone. Welcome back to the lecture series of GATE in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. This is lecture number 8. In the previous lecture of AI, we have discussed about DFS and BFS and what is the difference between DFS and BFS. We have done the comparisons also. And in the last lecture, we have discussed about depth limited search, that is DLS. Right? Now in this video, we are going to discuss about iterative deepening depth first search. Let's discuss now. Before going to this particular algorithm, let us recall about DFS and DLS, right? So limitation of, or you can say disadvantage of DFS. What is the disadvantage or limitation of DFS? Okay. So for example, I have this particular tree, right? And this is my goal state. This is my initial state. Okay. And see, suppose we are having infinite path. Okay. So the condition is infinite search space, right? Now we have already discussed this during DFS lecture. Suppose this is our starting point, right? This is initial point. So it will try to explore this particular node and see whether it is my goal state or not, right? Then according to the LIFO principle, that is last in first out principle, it will traverse the tree. So first it will go to this node or this node. Okay. Suppose for example, uh, algorithm is following this particular path, right? So first it will explore this particular node, try to compare whether it is my goal state or not. Then it will continue to follow this particular path and explore each of the node in this particular path, and will try to go as deep as possible until it finds the goal state, right? But what if there is infinite search space, right? If there is infinite search space, then it will never backtrack to an unexplored node, right? If our goal state is present here, and if we are having infinite search space at this particular path, or suppose we are having a loop inside a particular path, then it may get stuck in that particular path only, right? It will never come back to a unexplored node, means in these directions, right? So in this case, we'll not get any solution. So that's why we call it as incomplete algorithm, right? It is incomplete algorithm. If we are having infinite search space, so there may be a chance that we will not get the solution, because if goal state is present here, and it may get stuck in this particular path itself, right? Now in order to overcome this particular limitation, we have discussed depth limited search, right? That is depth limited search, that is DLS. Now what happens in DLS, suppose same example, this is my initial state, this is my goal state, and we are having an infinite search space, okay? And suppose this is my one of the node which is having level say 8, right? L equals to 8. This is level 8, okay? So what we do in depth limited search, so we fixed predefined limit, okay? So we fixed predefined limit, that is L, okay? So we fixed this particular predefined limit. So our search algorithm will go to this particular level, and then it will backtrack, right? So suppose if we fix, this is my one node, and suppose this is my L equals to, say for example, this is L equals to 0, this is L equals to 1, and this is L equals to 2. Suppose this is L equals to 3. Okay, suppose if we put L equals to 3 as a predefined limit, then what our search algorithm will do, it will try to explore as deep as possible until this specified limit, that is L equals to 3. Even after this particular limit, if you are having some nodes, it will not explore that particular node. It will treat it as a dead end. Then it will backtrack to the previous nodes, right? Unexplored node from level 3 itself, right? Because we are putting the constraint, we are putting the restriction on a search limit, that is L. Okay, we have specified L equals to 3 in this case, for example. So it will go as deep till L equals to 3, that is level 3 only, and then it will backtrack if it didn't found the goal state, right? So in this case, we'll get the required solution, because if it backtrack, it will explore all the nodes, right? So we have discussed this in detail in the DLS lectures, that is the last lecture, so please refer to that. But also in DLS, there are two conditions. Suppose L is greater than D and D is greater than L, right? So what is L here? That is predefined limit L. That is the restriction that we have put on the search limit. Now what is D here? That is depth of goal state. So that is depth of goal state. Now here in this case, our goal is present at level 2. So here our D equals to 2. Then our search limit is 3. That is L equals to 3. Now L is greater than D. So We are searching till level equals to 3, but our depth is L equals to 2. Our goal is present at L equals to 2. So in this case, we'll get the solution, right? So in this case, we'll get the solution and we can say it is complete, right? Now what if, suppose if our D equals to 8 and L equals to 3. Now in this case, what happened? Our goal is present at L equals to 8, that is level equals to 8. But we are putting the limit for a search algorithm to L equals to 3. Then in that case, it will never explore this particular nodes, right, at this level L equals to 8, because it will not allow to traverse after L equals to 3. Then in that case, will not get any solution, right? That is no solution, and that is incomplete. That is incomplete, right? These are the few things that we have discussed in the previous lectures. Now, in order to overcome this particular limitation, we are having iterative deepening depth first search, that is IDDFS. Now, what is that? Let us discuss. Same example I will take. Okay, we are having a binary tree. Okay, here also, and suppose we are having infinite search space, right? Here we are having infinite search space as this particular path. Now, suppose this is my initial state. This is my goal state, for example. Now, what's happened in iterative deepening depth first search? It is a combination of DFS and BFS, that is depth first search and breadth first search. So, what this algorithm will do? It will first start with the level L equals to 0. Okay, this is L equals to 0. This is L equals to 1. This is L equals to 3. And this is L equals to 4. Okay. Now what this algorithm will do, it will put some limit to particular level. It is L equals to 0. It will start from L equals to 0 and try to see whether it is my goal state or not. If not, then it will iterate the value of this L. It will change the value of L to L plus 1. That is L equals to 1 now. Now again it will start the searching from the root node and it will see whether it is my goal state or not. And it will go on this particular node. Then it will backtrack to the initial state and it will search for this particular node, right? So in this case, at L equals to 1, we have explored all the 3 nodes at L equals to 1, right? And we didn't found the goal state. Now, if we didn't found the goal state, then what this particular algorithm will do, it will again increment the value of L to L equals to 2, right? Again, we are starting the search root node and we are searching each and every individual node, whether it is my goal state or not, till L equals to 2. Even after at L equals to 2, this L equals to 2, this L equals to 3, right? Even after at L equals to 2, we didn't found the goal state, then again it will increment the value of L to L equals to 3. Now again it will start with this particular node and it will try to search each and every node, right? So in this way, it will keep incrementing the value of particular level until it found the goal state, right? We are iterating the value of this particular limit L, right? So in the case of DLS, we have fixed limit, right? In the case of IDDFS, we are iterating over limit L, right? It is also L. So we are incrementing the value of a particular limit and we are trying to see whether my goal state is present at that particular level or not, right? Now what this algorithm will do, for each search, it will increment the value of this particular level and it will try to search till this particular level, right? If it didn't found the goal state, then it will again increment the value of L and this process continues until it found the goal state, right? This is what iterative deepening depth first search. Okay, keep it simple. Only thing is that it will increment the value of L for each search. In the case of DLS, we are fixing the particular limit, but in this case, we are iterating the value of L. We are incrementing the value of L for each limit, right? So it will continue to increment the value of L till L equals to D. That is where my goal state is present. Okay. So I hope you understand the concept of IDDFS. Okay. Now let's try to discuss the algorithm. It is same thing what we have discussed just right now. Right? It will start with the depth limit of 0, that is L equals to 0. Apply depth limited search DLS with the current depth limit, that is L equals to 0. If DLS find a solution, return it. Okay. If our goal state is present at this particular level, then we can simply return it. If DLS returns cutoff, if there is no goal state, and it will returns cutoff and increment the depth limit and repeat from step 2. So it will increment the value of L to L equals to 1. So now it will again follow the particular step, right? Now if DLS returns failures at all depth limits have been exhausted, then it will return the failure, right? If all the limit is completed, if we have done with searching, then it will return the failure, right? So this is algorithm. This is what we have discussed in the previous slides. Now this is some theoretical part, like IDDFS is a search strategy that combines the benefit of DFS and iterative deepening. It is particularly useful when depth of a solution is unknown. Yes. IDS gradually increases the depth limit to find the best depth for searching until a goal is found. It combines the benefit of depth first search with first search offering modest memory requirement and completeness. So modest memory requirement will come from DFS and completeness will come from BFS, right? That's how we are getting benefits of both DFS and BFS. IDS generate nodes at different level multiple times, but remains reasonably efficient, right? In terms of node generation, it is asymptomatically similar to a BFS. Yes, IDS is preferred for a large search space when the depth of a solution is unknown. So that's what we have discussed in the previous slides. Okay, so that's it from this particular lecture. So just keep a note of this one particular point. In IDDFS, we are just incrementing the value of L for each search, right? And until we found the goal state, right? So that's how it works. So yeah, thank you. We'll see you in the next lecture.